Hey YouTube yogis, Lauren here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. This practice is called Arise, and I've called this practice Arise because I really want us to feel that every moment we grow tall through the spine, we plant the feet firmly down into the ground. I want us to feel like we can really grow tall up towards the sky above. We've got the connection of the earth beneath us, but we've got all this potential around us, this vastness above. And I want us to feel empowered in that. So every moment within this practice, when you come to stand, just take a moment and see how you feel. Maybe we feel strong when we stand. Maybe we feel a little bit unsteady. Whatever it is, hopefully over time, each time we rise up, feeling just that little bit more grounded, a little bit more, again, empowered. And that's what I'd mainly like you to feel from this practice today. Rising up from the ground, growing tall into this potential, and really standing in our power. That is it, okay? So for this practice, you may want a couple of blocks, and you may also want a strap as well. If you don't have a strap, feel free to use a belt, like a belt off a dressing gown, or a tie, that might work as well. So anything you have to hand to resemble a strap, feel free to go ahead and use it. And then when we're ready, let's come all the way down onto the ground. So again, we're starting low down here. Nestle the sit bones down into the ground. Let's bring the palms of the hands down towards the knees. Take a moment to soften those shoulders down and away from those ears. Beautiful. Even in this moment, just see how we feel. Can we sit up tall through the spine, or maybe we kind of round through the back shoulders, roll forwards? Can we allow the heart to open? Just softly. It doesn't mean we have to be super kind of held here and super tall through the spine. We can be tall through the spine, but just welcoming a little bit of softness. Okay. Let's start to settle into the breath here. Just notice how we feel in this moment as we simply sit here and find our breath, noticing every inhale. How does it feel as it enters through the nose, travels deep down into the lungs, and every exhale, that soft sigh. Beautiful. Taking a moment to notice everything we could possibly notice about ourselves here. How we physically feel, how we emotionally feel, how do we feel energetically or spiritually. And as always, whatever we find, whatever we see, whatever we notice, know that it was exactly meant to be. So there's never any need to change anything about ourselves. We need to judge ourselves too harshly here. Know that you are enough in this moment, even if we come across moments of challenge and moments that require a little bit of strength. And really, this practice is all about embracing all that we are, however we show up into our practice. And sometimes all it takes is that little reminder of all these amazing qualities we possess. So perhaps take a moment now just to, again, remind yourselves of that. So we might say to ourselves, I am strong, I am resilient, I am kind, I am loving, I'm grounded, all these things. And there might be many words that kind of stood out for you there, or maybe it's just one in particular. So if there's one that's really resonating with you, again, perhaps you repeat it a couple of times within the mind. Allow those words of affirmation to perhaps get a little bit louder, so loud that we really start to believe in them and they really fill us up from within. And maybe it's in that simple act of saying those words, believing those words, but even then we start to feel a little bit taller. We can grow that little bit more. We can take up more space. So should we again need to remind ourselves throughout the practice today, take a moment to say those words to yourself. Remind yourself as many times as you need. Amongst the moments of strength, amongst the moments of softness, whenever you need that reminder, feel free to send it to yourselves without waiting for anyone else to tell you. Say it to yourselves. Let's take a couple more breaths, slow, steady, in and out through the nose, or maybe taking a couple of sighs out through the mouth. Beautiful. Let's go for one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Feel free to keep the eyes closed, or you might start to flutter the eyes open. Welcome yourselves back into your little yoga space today. And then on your inhale, let's take a moment to sweep the arms up and over. So again, rise here, keeping the sit bones rooted down towards the mat, but the fingertips reach up high towards the sky. As we exhale, palms of the hands are going to softly meet, and we draw the palms of the hands down towards the heart center. As we inhale, we're going to reverse that movement. Inhale, shoot the fingertips up to the sky, growing tall. Exhale, arms float softly down by our sides. So marrying movement to our breath. Let's go again. Inhale, reach the arms up, grow tall. Exhale, palms of the hands meet, softly lower them down. Inhale, rise up tall. Exhale, they come all the way down. Let's go just one more full round. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, palms to hands come down. Inhale, shoot the fingertips up to the sky, and then this time let's let the palms to hands separate. And as you exhale, just bring the right hand down, softly down to the ground, left arm stretches up and over. So as that right hand lands, see how softly it can land in towards the mat. Maybe we soften through the elbow, take a slightly deeper lean over towards the right. Energy reaching out through the left fingertips, rolling left shoulder back. Again, keeping this heart open. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And let's take an inhale, and again we rise up high. Energy reaching out through the fingertips. Gather all this energy. Exhale, as we gather that energy, let's draw it close in towards the heart center. Inhale, stretch the fingertips up to the sky. As we exhale, we go the other side, left hand down, right arm up and over. And again, a little bit of softness through that left elbow, maybe. Maybe we think about dropping that left shoulder away from the left ear. And that right arm sweeps up and over. Lovely, full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, rise, and again, left arm rises up to meet the right. Exhale, gather all that energy, bring it towards the heart center. Inhale, grow tall towards the sky. As you exhale, let's just bring the palms to hands back down towards the knees. Beautiful. Notice how we feel now, starting to welcome in little bits of movement. Let's take a little seated cat and cow. So as we inhale, again, thinking about lifting up through the heart space, grow tall. So this is now where we can find that little arch through the upper back. We might squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then as we exhale, we're going to allow ourselves to rock slightly back off our sit bones, tuck the chin towards the chest, round through the back here. Beautiful. Breathe into that space in between the shoulder blades. Let's go again. Inhale, rising up tall, heart to sky, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, round through the back. Notice how this movement feels for you today. So continue at your own pace, letting the breath guide you from one place to the next. So maybe it feels clunky in places. There might be places where we get a really good stretch. You might pause for a moment. Feel free to do so at any time you feel like you need it. Lovely, well done. Over time, does this movement gradually feel a little bit more fluid or a little bit more spacious? Lovely. Okay, let's go one more round. Inhale, rising up tall through the spine, heart to sky. Exhale, let's round through the back. Take another breath to find a neutral spine, and then we're going to find even more freedom with the torso. So let's start to circle the torso round and round. And as you go through this, you're still finding these places similar to where we were in our cat and cow. So as you bring the heart forwards, still taking up to the sky, so still finding that arch through the upper back. And then as you go round, still finding that round through the back, that tuck of the chin towards the chest. So it's very similar to our cat and cow. We're just taking it in a bit more of a circular motion. And again, this might feel the movement might feel blocked in places. Just slowly start to feel how much softness, how much ease there is in your body today. Beautiful. Take a breath in. And then as we exhale, let's start to change that direction, going round the other way. Lovely. See if we can cultivate that little bit more softness, little by little, bit by bit. Almost like we're winding ourselves up here, gearing ourselves up for those moments where we can grow tall, stand in our power. Take one more breath in, one more breath out. And then slowly minimizing that movement, gradually bring yourselves back to stillness. And then let's gently swing the ankles round to one side, bring the hands down towards the mat. Take a moment on your hands and your knees just to get this hand to earth connection. So drawing up the energy of the earth, welcoming it within you now, knowing that the ground is there to support you. And then let's tuck all 10 toes under, take a breath. Exhale, push down through the hands and feet, lift the hips to the sky. Beautiful, downward facing dog. Now again, even in this moment of strength where we start to warm up the body a little bit more, particularly the shoulders, the fingertips, can we welcome in these little bits of softness? So maybe it's almost like a little slow dance in your down dogs where you might kind of pedal out through the feet, bend one knee, then the other. As you go, you might kind of sway the hips from side to side. See if we can enjoy this little bit of movement. So it doesn't need to look a particular way. Just notice how it feels. Does this feel good in our bodies? Take one more breath. Exhale. Take a breath in to look forwards, bend through the knees, and really gently, without needing to rush, we're just going to plod the feet towards the hands, gradually walking into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Okay, so there's this first moment where we firmly plant the feet down towards the ground, underneath the hips, and we can let the upper body just hang here. So the legs are our foundation, they are our roots, keeping us stable, keeping us strong. Upper body is free to move if it wants to. So again, there might be this little sway from side to side, a little shake or nod of the head, reminding us to release through the back of the neck. Maybe we notice a little stretch across through the lower spine. Take another breath in and a breath out. Beautiful, deep bend through the knees. Again, let's slow this down. So we're going to let the fingertips gradually traipse up the length of the legs, stacking up bone by bone. Here's this first moment where we start to unravel. We start to rise up tall, push the feet into the earth. Head is the final thing to lift. We might send the shoulders up, back and down, a little shoulder roll. Have an exhale as you land here. And just notice the weight spread equally between both feet. There might be subtle shifts of weight forwards and back, side to side. Beautiful. How do you feel as you stand here? Do you feel strong, sturdy? Maybe there's a couple wobbles here and there. It's okay. It's okay. Just notice. Take one more breath. Exhale. Beautiful. And then as we inhale, let's take a moment to sweep the arms all the way up, grow tall, energy reaching out through the fingertips. As we exhale, let's hinge at the hips, dive it back down towards that forward fold. Beautiful. Find length through the spine as you inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins. Exhale, release it back into that fold. Let's bend the knees, plant the fingertips down. Let's take a big step back with the left leg. So left foot releases all the way to the back of the mat. We're going to carefully lower that left knee all the way down, untucking the toes. And when you're ready, brush the fingertips along the mat. Let's rise up into a low lunge. Beautiful. So right knee perhaps stacking over the right ankle. So we've got that sturdy foundation underneath us. We might have the hips directly over the left knee, or we might start to glide the hips a little bit further forwards and down without taking this too much into a back bend. So just consciously going as far as we want to go, keeping that tuck of the tailbone under. And again, if there's a couple of wobbles here, you can turn it into a little dance. It's all good. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to cactus through the elbows. So draw the elbows down in line with the shoulders. Lift up through the head and heart. Squeeze the elbows together back behind you. As we exhale, let's melt the heart forward. Hands come down to frame that right foot. Beautiful. And let's push down through the right fingertips, slide that right foot all the way back next to the left. So we come back into this little tabletop. You may want to creep the fingertips just a little bit further forwards. Take a breath. Exhale, bring the shoulders back over the wrist, creating space for the hips to drop down. So almost like a modified plank here. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to hug the elbows in, softly lower the body all the way down towards the mat with control. Well done. Take a moment to loop the shoulders up, back and down. Maybe we separate the legs slightly here, alleviate any pressure through the lower spine as you rise up into a back bend of choice. Now this might be a sphinx with the forearms down towards the mat, giving a little bit more support for the chest, and we can push the forearms into the earth, shoulders back and down. Or you might feel as though you want to push down through the fingertips and rise up that little bit higher. Go where feels best for you today, and remind yourself that we don't always need to be always pushing towards that maximum. Okay, even if we're living in a fairly spacious body, maybe we turn it down a notch. And again, that's okay. Take a breath. As we exhale, let's softly ripple the heart all the way back down. Slide the hands underneath your shoulders. Let's bend the knees and cross the ankles. Deep breath in. As we exhale, push the ground away, rise up strong, back through that modified plank. Release the feet back behind you, tuck the toes, and hips go high to the sky. Downward facing dog. Second time in our down dog, we can bring back that little slow dance if we wish. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breath in to look forwards, bend the knees, and again, let's make our way one teeny tiny step at a time, all the way back to the top of the mat. Again, plant those feet down to the ground, spread those toes into the mat, hang heavy in your forward fold. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's inhale, bend through the knees, and again we rise, push the feet into the earth. Gradually, bone by bone, stacking up, head rises, take that nice big shoulder roll. Exhale. Beautiful. Do we feel just that little bit taller here? May not be visible to the outside eye, but can we feel as though we can stand truly feeling strong? Lovely, well done. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Here we go. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up. Grow even taller, maybe glance up towards your fingertips. Exhale, hinge the hips, dive it down. Take a breath. Halfway lift, fingertips to the shins. Breath out, release into the fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, and let's take a big step with the right leg this time. Carefully releasing right knee down towards the ground. And when you're ready, rise up, low lunge on the other side. Okay. So again, maybe we've got this right angular low lunge. So you've got right angle in the left knee, right angle in the right knee, or you might start to maybe creep left toes a little bit further forward. Consciously glide the hips forwards and down. Again, without taking this into the lower spine. Keep tucking the tailbone under here. Beautiful. Fingertips reaching up. Take a deep breath. Exhale, find that cactus shape. Draw the elbows down. Lift up through the head and heart. Deep breath in. Exhale, softly melt the heart forwards, hands land to frame that left foot. Let's slide that left foot all the way back down towards next to the right foot, Plant the hands down a little bit further forwards in front, deep breath. As you exhale, shift the weight forward, so shoulders over the wrists, drop the hips down, and hug the elbows in. Softly control that lower all the way down towards the mat. Inhale, loop the shoulders up, back and down for your back bend of choice. And again, this might be your sphinx. Don't feel as though you have to go any further than where you want to be. So don't feel as though you need to push here, okay? Take a breath. Take an exhale. Let's ripple the heart all the way back down. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's bend the knees, cross the ankles. Deep breath. Exhale, push the ground away, rise. Lovely, release the feet, tuck the toes. Hips go high, down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's inhale to look forwards, bend the knees, and we're going to make our way back to the top. Lovely, well done. Into that forward fold, hanging heavy. Take a deep breath. Deep breath out. And again, we rise, bend the knees, push the feet into the earth, stacking up taller each time. Beautiful, head rises, take that shoulder roll. And an exhale. Beautiful. We're going to mix up slightly here. So take a breath in, sweep the arms up and above. And then your right hand is going to take hold of your left wrist. Inhale as we lengthen through that left arm. As we exhale, we're going to take a little lean to the right. It's beautiful. So finding this side body stretch here. So we've still got the feet firmly planted underneath us, taking this little lean up and over. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now feel free to keep the feet where they are, or you might ground down through the right foot and start to cross the left leg behind, staying on the ball of that left foot for now. As you cross that foot behind, try not to take this left hip back with you. Can we still drive this left hip to the top of the mat and still lean over to the right into that beautiful side body stretch? Well done. Breath in, breath out. Let's inhale to bring the torso all the way back up. And then you're going to keep the legs crossed, but start to just secure that back foot. So you're going to bring that left foot flat down to the ground. Let me turn back to the side. So you've got the left foot, left heel down towards the ground. And you can keep the feet a little bit further apart, or you might bring them closer together, depending whichever feels best for your balance. Take a breath. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge the hips, let go of that wrist, start to dive down into a cross-legged forward fold. Now, this might mean we don't necessarily fold as far, or maybe we're able to fold that a little bit more, who knows? We might want to bring a couple of blocks underneath hands. We've got that foundation underneath us, especially if we're feeling a little bit wobbly, perhaps. Keep a little bend through both knees. So it's very easy here to hyperextend through the knees and lock out that knee joint. So let's keep a little bit of softness there, allowing the heart to just sink down towards the ground. Lovely, well done. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take a breath in, we bend through the knees, and we start to again rise. Again, might be a couple of wobbles along the way. Can we still push the feet into the earth, grow tall? Take a little shoulder roll. Exhale. And then from here, nice and easy, we're going to uncross the legs and bring the feet firmly underneath the hips. Okay, let's have a little look at the side. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, left hand takes hold of the right wrist this time. Inhale, grow tall. And take a little lean over to the left. Beautiful. Roll that right shoulder back, keeping the heart open. Stay here if you wish, or maybe this time it's the right leg that crosses behind the left, staying high on the ball of that right foot and trying to keep driving this right hip towards the top of the mat. Beautiful, well done. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Then as we inhale, let's bring the torso back upright. And then we're going to secure that back foot. So we keep the legs crossed, but we just bring that right heel flat down to the earth. So it might mean bringing the foot in slightly. Okay, from here we can release the hands, hinge at the hips, dive it back down into this cross-legged forward fold, but with the legs crossed the other way. Blocks might be there waiting for you. You can bring the blocks up to any level that feels comfortable for you. Lovely, really well done. Release through the back of the neck, a little bit of softness through the knees. Hang heavy. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. From here, deeply bend through the knees. And again, we're going to push the ground away. We're going to start to rise. Leave the blocks behind. Growing tall, squeeze the legs together. Rise up. Lovely, take a shoulder roll. And exhale. Okay, Very gently uncrossing the legs, feet plant underneath the hips, and from here, let's keep going. Inhale, we sweep the arms up, grow. Exhale, let's hinge at the hips, dive it all the way down. Lovely, well done. Take a halfway lift, fingertips to the shins, grow tall. Exhale, release back into that fold. From here, let's bend the knees, plant the hands down towards the ground, step it back into your plank pose. Okay, and then from here I'm going to give you an option. So you can either from your plank pose just send the hips high to the sky and go straight back into your downward facing dog. Or you might want to take that vinyasa. So you might drop the knees or you might keep them lifted. Hug the elbows in, softly coming down. Move into that back bend, so an opportunity to stretch out through the front of the body. And then come all the way back to your downward facing dog. But if you want to skip all of that and go straight to your down dog, feel free to do exactly that. Okay. So into this downward facing dog, this upside down V shape. Notice how this feels now. Do we feel a little bit stronger, a little bit more rooted through the hands and feet? Can we send the sit bones higher to the sky? One more breath. Exhale. As we inhale, let's take that right leg up to the sky. Doesn't matter how high it lifts, kick energy out through the right heel, lift up through the inner right thigh. Exhale, right knee comes in towards the chest, look forward, and see if we can softly step right foot in between the hands. Beautiful. From here, let's gently drop that left heel. So you're going to turn your left toes out 90 degrees. Windmill the arms, left arm starts, right arm follows for your warrior two. Okay, so again, legs are your roots. They are your foundation. And the more we think about sinking into this right knee, so the more we kind of allow the pelvis to drop down, the more we lower that center of gravity. So maybe finding a little bit more steadiness here. Upper body can be soft, so soften through the shoulders, a little bit of energy out through the fingertips. Let's just take a breath. And then exhale. Perhaps we flip that right palm up to the sky. Inhale, reach up through those right fingertips. Left hand just comes to rest on that left thigh. Still sink into that right knee. Reverse warrior, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, come all the way back, warrior two. From here, let's maybe shorten the stance. We might heel toe that left foot in slightly. Push down through the right foot and lengthen that right leg without locking out in the knee. So again, a little softness there. Take a breath. Exhale, let's reach forwards through the right fingertips as far forwards as you can go. And then releasing this right hand either to the inside of the right thigh or calf. You might take hold of shin or ankle, or maybe we find our blocks, bring it to the inner right ankle, and we've got that little bit more foundation here. Rolling this left shoulder back, left hand can come to left hip maybe, so we keep the heart open. And if it feels okay to do so, we might send that left arm up to the sky. Lovely, well done. Trikonasana, take a breath. Take an exhale. Let's go for one more. As we exhale, let's look down towards the ground. We're going to soften through that right knee. Start to dive the left arm down. Okay, and we can take that block out to one side. Spin onto the ball of the back foot, so back heel lifts. And let's find our strap here. So whilst we're kind of reaching down towards the ground, find your strap or whatever it is you're using. Take a moment to unravel it and take hold of both ends of the strap with both hands. And then when you're ready, take a breath in and we rise up, high lunge, okay? Take that strap to the sky, sink into the right knee. Beautiful. You can allow a little bit of tension through the strap so you can kind of send the hands out to the side. A little bit of activation for the shoulders. And again, there might be a couple of wobbles. It's all good. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Now from here, let's take our time. We're going to shift the weight into the right foot and start to drag left toes in. So we stand up tall through this right leg. I'm going to take a little step back, otherwise I'm going to be crashing into a wall here. So make sure you've got enough space out in front of you. Spread these right toes down and towards the mat. And take your time. Let's softly begin to lift the left knee in towards the chest. Okay, beautiful. Lifting that left knee as high as it wants to go. And then maybe we lower the strap down and we might be able to loop the strap round the sole of this left foot. Can we still stand up tall here? Beautiful. Maybe this is as far as we go. So if you feel like you're kind of wobbling here, there we go. So that was a great example of what to do if you feel like you're going to go. So just take the strap out from underneath the foot and gently bring the foot down towards the mat. So wobbles do happen. If you feel like this is where you want to be today, stay here. Let's focus on balance perhaps rather than how high we take the leg. But if we're ready to go that little bit more, take a breath. As we exhale, we might start to kick that left foot out in front. You can take hold of both ends of the strap in both hands, or you might pass the right end of the strap into the left hand, so right hand is free to come towards your right hip. And again, let's not worry about how high the leg is. Doesn't matter if it's down here or if it's up here. Focus on the balance first of all, rather than the flexibility in the leg. Beautiful. Let's take a breath. Take an exhale. Now, if it feels okay to do so, we might start to swing that left leg out towards the left-hand side. Beautiful. Heart stays facing ahead. Well done. Take a breath. Exhale. Gently bring that left leg back ahead. One more inhale. One more exhale. Let's start to bend through that left knee. Unloop the strap and gently place that left foot back down towards the ground. Well done. Have a little shake off those legs. That right leg was doing a lot there to keep you steady. So shake it off. You can drop the strap to the top of the mat. Have a little boogie. Have a little wiggle. Okay. And then when you're ready, let's come all the way back down. So inhale, grow tall, rise up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins. Exhale, release into that fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step it back into your plank. Find that nice long line, and again, you have the option, either straight back, downward facing dog, or you might move through a little vinyasa. Your choice, depending on how we're feeling today. And then when we're ready, let's make it back, downward facing dog. If you're there already, being with the breath, finding little bits of movement maybe. Okay, let's go for one more inhale. And one more exhale. Other side, here we go. Let's inhale and take that left leg up to the sky. Lift up through the inner left thigh, kick the heel away. Exhale, left knee in towards the chest, shift the weight forwards. See how softly we can land that left foot in between the hands. And then from here, let's drop that right heel, turn the right toes out 90 degrees. Windmill the arms, right arm starts, left arm follows. Warrior two on the other side. Beautiful. And again, let's see if we can sink into that left knee and drop the pelvis down. Soften through the shoulders, energy reaching out through the fingertips. Well done. Take a breath. Take an exhale. Let's go for one more here. Find that steadiness and strength within. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Flip the left palm up to the sky. Inhale, reach up through those left fingertips. Right hand just softly lands on the back of that right thigh. Maybe gaze up to those top fingertips. Keep sinking through that left knee. Breath in. Breath out. Lovely. Let's inhale to come back through our warrior two. Push down through the left foot. Start to lengthen that left leg. Again, you might want to shorten the stance, so heel toe that right foot in if you wish. Take a breath. As we exhale, let's start to reach those left fingertips forwards, as far forwards as we can. And then releasing that left hand down either to the inner thigh or calf, taking hold of shin or ankle, or maybe we find that block. Bring it to the inner ankle of that left foot. Right hand might come to right hip to roll that right shoulder back. See if you can perhaps stack the right side body on top of the left. And maybe that right arm reaches up. Beautiful, well done. Little micro bend in that left knee perhaps. Steady breath in. Steady breath out. Let's look down towards the ground. Start to sink that a little bit more into the left knee. Dive the right arm down. You can place that block to one side if you're using one. Spin onto the ball of that right foot. And we know what's coming in now. We've got that strap. So taking hold of the strap. Taking hold of it in both hands. When you're ready, feeling the strength through the legs, let's rise up, high lunge, take that strap to the sky. Keep sinking into that left knee here. Beautiful, well done. Take a breath. Take an exhale. Find that strength through that left leg. Take an inhale. As you exhale, shift the weight into that left leg. Drag the right toes in. Beautiful. So again, you push the ground away through that left foot. Already grown tall here. Now again, I'm going to take a little step back. Okay. Making sure you got space out in front of you, also to the right hand side. And then when you're ready, spread those toes, spread the left toes into the ground. Let's start to draw right knee in towards the chest. Still drawing tall throughout the spine. When you're ready, gently lower the strap down, looping the strap around the sole of that right foot. Grow tall, shoulders down and away from the ears. Maybe this is where we stay. Take a breath. Or perhaps as we exhale, we might start to kick that right heel out in front. Wherever this leg goes, it doesn't need to be straight. So keep a bend maybe and try to keep the heart open. So if you notice the shoulders roll forward, keep the shoulders up, back and down. Well done. Take a breath. Exhale, maybe the right hand takes hold of both ends of the strap. Left hand is free to come to left hip. Well done. Breath in. Now as you exhale, you might start to take that right leg out towards the right hand side. Beautiful, well done. Keep pushing the ground away through the left foot. Crown of the head reaching high. Breath in. Exhale, right foot softly sweeps back out in front. Bend back into that right knee with control. We unloop the strap. We can place that right foot flat down. Ooh, well done. Drop the strap to the top of the mat. And again, have a little shimmy, a little shake. Well done. So no matter what happened there, we stood up tall. We may have found a few wobbles. It's all good. Okay. Let's just take a deep breath in. Sweep the arms up. Grow tall for a moment. Exhale, hinge of the hips. Dive it down into this forward fold. And in fact, let's maybe hang in our forward fold just for a little bit longer, allowing this release through the lower spine, upper body to hang heavy. So this final moment where we kind of root down through the feet and the sit bones to the sky. Okay. One more breath here. One more exhale. And then have a little bend through the knees. Let's start to wriggle the feet about mat distance apart, toes pointing out, heels in. We're going to sink the pelvis down and arrive into our little malasana, into our yogi squats. Beautiful. So dropping the pelvis down, as always, if you want to create a little seat for the hips to land upon, feel free to stack your blocks, either one or using two. And bring them underneath the hips. You've got this little base for the hips to land upon. Takes a little bit of the strength away, but we're still allowing the pelvis to drop down here. Sending the knees out to the side. You might keep fingertips down to the earth for that little bit of support. Or, again, finding this tall spine. Bringing the elbows to the inner crease of the knees. Palms of the hands pressed together. Beautiful. Let's be here in this malasana just for a moment. Close off the eyes, close off the outside world. Notice here. Even as we start to make our way back down towards the ground, towards the mat, can we still find or feel this sense of growing tall towards the sky? Still gathering all of that energy, the energy of the earth, the potential of the sky above. Drawing it all within you now. And perhaps seeing where it takes you. 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. And then from here, let's softly release the hands down towards the ground. If you were using the blocks as a little seat, gently lift the hips, slide them out from underneath you, and then use your hands to help you to come all the way down onto the mat. Whew. After flying so high, it might feel quite nice just to find some solid ground again. So gently place your blocks to one side. You can extend the legs out in front. Let's come back to the strap just for a moment. It's one final thing. So Before we go, perhaps take a moment to feel the sit bones rooting down. So we might kind of peel the fleshy parts of our bum out to the side so we can really feel the bony parts of our bum, the sit bones rooting down here. Finding that little bit of length through the spine, and again, without taking this into too much of a back bend, let's keep the chin slightly parallel to the ground, shoulders soft. We're going to flex through the ankles, so toes point up to the sky. Keep a teeny bit of softness through the knees, making sure that the heels of the feet stay down, they don't lift off. So again, we're not locking out through the knees here. And then finding our strap, and again, take hold of it in both hands. Take a breath in. We're going to grow tall, stretch the strap up to the sky. Breath in. And as we exhale, let's hinge at the hips, start to reach forwards. And maybe we start to loop the strap around the soles of both feet. Lovely, well done. As you loop the strap around, let's hug the elbows in, little bend through the elbows here. Okay, taking a slightly more active forward fold here. So very often we might be used to kind of just releasing the hands down wherever they fall, softening into the fold, and that is definitely okay. If you'd rather take that option, feel free to do so. But in this option, just maintaining this long spine and thinking about sending the chest towards the shins here, looking forwards towards the toes. And let's take a moment to notice whether we're using the strap to force the body here. Are you really pulling on the strap to send the chest further towards the shins, or is it just that kind of soft anchor? So notice whether we need to scale back slightly, release the pressure on ourselves, or notice whether maybe there's that little bit more to go. And you might kind of creep the fingertips down, the strap, reach that a little bit further forwards. You may in fact take hold of the outside edges of both feet. Lovely, well done. But wherever you are, find that tall spine. So if you notice the back start to round slightly, come back up that little bit higher, sending the chest forwards. Beautiful. We're not going to be here for too much longer, maybe 3 more breaths. Slow, steady drinks of breath in through the nose. Soft sigh out through the mouth. Lovely. Let's go for one more. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay. Now as we inhale, again taking hold of the strap, you're going to take it out from the soles of both feet. Inhale, rise up high, send the strap to the sky. Now as we exhale, we can slide the hands apart, let the strap softly come all the way down. Beautiful. You can actually put the strap to one side here, and let's take a moment. Let's come all the way onto our back, shall we? Beautiful. So we've flown through the sky, we've found moments of balance, we've risen tall. Now we can come all the way back down. So gently rolling down bone by bone. You might want to keep the knees bent for a moment, just to bring that lower spine down towards the mat here. We might draw the knees in towards the chest, curl ourselves up. Wrap the arms around the shins or the back of the thighs. Have a little sway from side to side, whatever you feel like you need to do here. Take a moment to just softly breathe and be. Lovely, well done. And in fact, if there's anything else your body is calling out for, it might be a stretch or a twist, maybe. Let's take a moment to move in that direction, perhaps for 30 seconds or so. Incorporating a little bit of free movement in our practice, and as always, it doesn't need to be anything too precise, and maybe we're happy to already sink into that little bit of stillness. And so when you're ready to do so, finding that place that feels comforting to you. So maybe the soles of the feet land down towards the mat. We might allow the knees to knock together, still getting that lower spine connection to the ground. Or you might decide to stretch the legs out in front. And again, it's your choice here. Allow yourselves to unfold however, which way you'd like. Hands might rest on belly or chest. Or the arms might just rest down by your sides. Wherever you land here, land softly. So no longer are we balancing on one leg, no longer are we pushing the ground away to rise up tall. In this moment, we can just start to allow ourselves to sink. But even here, can we feel this sense of expansion? With every breath filling you up, lungs inflate, ribcage expands. Again, here we're able to take up space. And just notice how you feel. No, in this moment, there's no need to make yourself small. There's no need to hold yourselves in any particular way. You are invited to just be. As we come into this little bit of quiet and calm, take a moment to find your anchor. Whatever it is that softly keeps you in this moment. Maybe it's the breath. Perhaps it's the sound of my voice. Or maybe it's those words of affirmation creeping back in, acting as that little reminder of all that you are, all that you have to offer throughout life. You might take a moment to repeat them a couple of times so that we can truly embrace who we are, even in these moments of quiet contemplation. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Softly sigh out through the mouth. And again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's go one final time. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Perhaps softly starting to wriggle through fingertips and toes. Rotating wrists or ankles. Softly wake yourselves up in a way that feels nourishing, beneficial to you. Take a stretch or curl yourselves up, whatever it may be. And then when you're ready, choose a side, left or right, and softly roll to that one side. Use your hands to help you as you rise all the way up. And again, we come back to almost where we started today, in that comfortable seat. So crossing at the shins or at the ankles, sit bones nestling down in towards the ground. As we come to sit here, and again, just notice any differences, any similarities. Can we rise up tall towards the sky, but stay rooted to the earth? Bring the palms of the hands to rest upon the knees, shoulders slide down and away from those ears. Closing the eyes as we seal our practice, as always, with a final blessing. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you at night. May the rain wash away your worries. May the breeze blow new strength throughout your being. And may you walk through the world knowing its beauty all the days of your life. And where that, the palms of the hands come together in front of the heart. And we bow. Thank you so much, YouTube yogis, for joining me for that empowering practice, and I do hope you feel empowered and it stays with you throughout the rest of the day, week, month, maybe even the year. And yeah, just so you know, I'm taking a little break, so there won't be a new practice for just about a week or so, but don't worry, I'll be back before you know it. And if you're still wanting to practice with me during that time, I have a special little bundle coming out very soon. I'll pop all the details below, and it's called Springtime Replenish. Hopefully enabling us to again feel empowered as we step into spring, shedding that cloak of winter and embracing all the sunshine. All right, so if you're interested in that, check out the details below. But I hope to see you on the mat very soon. I'll see you then. Mwah! Bye. Hey Yogi, thank you so much for practicing with me. I really hope you enjoyed your practice. Just thought I'd sneak in at the end here and say if you are wanting to practice a little bit more, if you perhaps want to dive a little bit deeper into the beautiful world of yoga, then the great news is that I'm offering one-to-ones online. So you can join me from the comfort of your home, me from mine, and we can get together either live online or I'll pre-record some classes just for you. And the beauty of those practices is that they are tailored to what you desire. So if you're just wanting to learn a little bit more about yoga, if you're a beginner and you're not quite sure what's what and you want to get a deeper understanding of anatomy or how the body kind of moves around on the mat, or maybe you're just wanting to try slightly different practices. If you're wanting to try yin yoga, for example, or maybe we're kind of building up the confidence to maybe return to the studio in person and we're not quite got that confidence just yet. So if any of those speak to you, or maybe it's something else entirely, do feel free to reach out to me. You can either check me out on Instagram, send me a message over there, or just send me an email, and I would love to practice with you. Whatever it is, I'd love to tailor the practice to suit you, suit your individual needs, and we can go on this little journey together. So as I say, all the details are below if you want to have a chat, and I hope to hear from you very soon. All right, lots of love. Mwah.